We think Ben got caught into some high level financial, maybe the Fed is going to raise the rates and they wanted Ben's opinion or something like that. So
no, he was in meetings all dressed up, so I figured he's probably just
okay, nice.
busy working on whatever he's got going on at the internship he's got.
Yeah. Chip, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I can. Welcome to Raleigh, Brennan. Just, I guess the kind of a blanket question would be just what went into the decision to come here? Obviously, your former coach was here, a lot of things like that, but just take us through the process of making that decision.
Man, at first when I decided to finally put my name in the portal, I didn't think I was going to have to use it, but there was a lot I didn't expect. First of all, just having 1 year is such a huge deal to me. I have to pick the right place that I can succeed in. And just, I guess, from 2021 to, obviously last year not being what I wanted to be, I wanted to put 2 good seasons back to back. And that's why I stayed at Virginia. And obviously that didn't happen. So I wanted to find a place that I could succeed in. And I thought this place was, bottom line it. Like you said, with my old OC coming here and then with Coach Dorn, I wanted to find a place that was established. And I guess with him being here for was this 12th season or 11th season, that was already established, the culture and everything. So, and I just wanted to be a piece that I could be picked up and put in. I thought, they had a great defense last year. Just looking for a spark on offense, and hopefully I can reignite that with Coach Anae that's here.
Corey?
Brennan, you mentioned the connection with Coach Anae. How special is that connection? And, what do you take from, the connection you guys had at Virginia back over to here? Has it been seamless so far?
Honestly, it has been. The way Coach Anae does it, we aren't installing a new offense for the sake of, the guys here, but I truly believe the way he does it, it's you can hit the ground running pretty fast. I think when we have spring ball here, what starts Wednesday, we're going to be able to hit the ground running pretty fast, and just figuring out, I think the big thing for spring ball is just figuring out what guys are good at, and just getting to play live. We've been throwing, just on air. So just seeing guys make plays and just bringing camaraderie, just being around the team and just being around the game of football. Cause when you're doing all your stuff outside in the off season, it's still not football quite yet. So I'm just looking forward to that as an offense. And, but yeah, it's been seamless. I mean, for myself, I know the offense. It's so I can that's been helpful, just stepping in and just helping guys when they have questions, just come and ask me. I kind of laid that out up front. I'm an open book. So just come talk to me about anything, and yeah, keep moving forward.
Thank you.
Brett?
Brennan is an older guy who's been around a while and coming into a room where you've got 2 younger quarterbacks who have both played. How do you deal with the situation, handle it to make sure everything is smooth? You all get along, you kind of get to know each other, and there's that togetherness rather than he's the outsider coming in.
I mean, so yeah, I guess I'm the oldest guy in the room. And to me, I just think you can always compete, right? It doesn't matter. Like, that's obviously the big thing. And I think we can set that up front. I think Coach Roper, now that's coaching the quarterbacks, he set that up front. We're here to compete, but we're also here to help each other. I mean, that's the bottom line. The competition is going to help each other grow. With the offense, like I said, we'll have quarterback meetings. I will help if they have questions, I'll help them. Obviously, Coach Roper is learning it too. So I think in the position I am with the knowledge I have, I just been trying to be an open book, like I said, and just help out as much as I can. And it's been pretty easy, honestly. I mean, the competition's it's hot, but I mean, like I said, that's what makes this better. And so that's what you kind of look for as a team. I think that's what Coach Dorn's trying to get out of each position group, and I think we have that here.
How strange is it going to be on Wednesday to look down and see red on your jersey rather than blue and orange?
Yeah, it's going to be different. Like I said, I wasn't expecting myself to, I tried to end my career at Virginia, but it just didn't turn out that way. And so I think I picked the right place, and I'm looking forward to just getting out there with the guys, but it's going to be different for sure. Kind of back to my school colors.
Thank you.
Greg?
Hey, Brennan, one from up in Charlottesville for you.
What's up, Greg?
Not much. I'll just kind of ask this. What do you think was tough about the way this past season went for you guys offensively at UVA, and what are you hoping Coach Anae can help bring out in you again that you showed, throughout your first couple of seasons at Virginia?
Oh man. So I mean, there was so much stuff going on. Like I said, the transition of, what was going on at Virginia, it was just tough, a whole new offense. Like I said, I think a big difference is just how this offense and Coach Anae's offense is learned. Like, even though I'm in another transition with guys learning a new offense, just like last year, it's just completely different how, we learned this offense here. But I think there was, like I said, there's a plethora of things that, caused us not to be as dynamic. And I think with Coach Anae and our offense, with his offense, it's so friendly to the quarterback. Lets the quarterback play free, makes him not have to make, I don't know. It's a feeling that I get when I played in it. Like I said, I was in it for so long. But it's quarterback friendly. Guys are playing without hesitation. I think that was a lot of what happened last year. Was a lot of hesitation and just thinking. And, when you get out in the field, there's no time for thinking, you just got to play. And I thought that's why I went back too, because I thought we had a lot of playmakers and I thought we were going to be, as dynamic as we were, or just somewhat dynamic. I thought we were still going to have that ability, and just a lot of thinking. It was hard for a lot of guys to see change when we were a top 5 offense in the country in 21, and then we're coming in and switching our entire offense, which happened because of the coaching change. But there was a lot of things that were just going into that. That was just, it was tough. It was tough.
And if I could ask you about Coach Tuje and being with him again,
Yeah.
What's that like for you? I know he was one of your original recruiters back coming out of high school.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Tuge has been with me since I was probably 16. Obviously starting recruiting me, maybe 15, I'm not sure. But Coach Tuge, obviously, he's a great person. He's back into his comfort zone with just teaching this offense and understanding it. I think we have a lot of dynamic guys that can really get out and move. I'm excited for, having 2 guys, not just coaching out here. They were, honestly, if I'm trying to transition to here, they were a huge help just when I got here, helping me out, because didn't have a car, didn't have none of that stuff, was getting my, apartment settled. So they were a huge help too. So, kudos to them, and just, looking out for me too.
David?
Hey, Brennan, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good, good. I'm curious with, the terrifying, terrible things that happened with your Virginia team last December. Does it change the way that you approach the game and maybe just kind of approach life in general?
Yeah. I mean, you kidding me? I mean, when that all happened, I mean, I won't ever forget it. One, and yeah, it just makes you appreciate your own life and just appreciate the people around you, the loved ones around you. How that season ended was, I would have never in a million years thought I was going to be a part of it. I always see things on the news and things like that, but experiencing that, I mean, I really don't have words for it. But yeah, it's changed my perspective on my life, my teammates. I mean, even the guys at Virginia still. I mean, I was with those boys for 5 straight years. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Even though I did leave, nothing changes. I mean, I still check up on them today. And it's hard for me to put into words the feelings and everything that came about that. But I definitely has changed my life for sure.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brett?
Brennan, I know it's only February, but have you given any thought as to what it might be like on Friday night? I believe it's September 22nd, the night you go back to Charlottesville and play in Scott Stadium.
Oh man, I mean, obviously I looked at the schedule. I think this schedule is set up to, have a huge year. We got, tough opponents, and the best part about them, they're coming into our house. So, but yeah, I guess was it game 4 or something on a Friday night? It's gonna be fun. I'm really, obviously each game's important, and we got plenty of games to obviously be dialed in for with Clemson and Notre Dame and UNC and Miami and all those big time teams, whatever. But yeah, I have that one circled. I want to go in there and prove myself in a fashion to where people used to, obviously from one season to the next, they kind of lost that luster of myself and, how I can play football.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ethan,
Hey, Brennan, I know you guys have only been able to, throw against air, like you said, but in building kind of a bond with these receivers, has anyone kind of stood out to you and kind of impressed you in just those workouts against the air?
Oh man. I mean, we have a lot of speed out there. I will say that. There's a lot of guys I'm really interested in. Just like I said, it's so hard to gauge until you get out there against the defense. It really is. I mean, right now it was super just trying to, transfer the lingo that I know from this offense into their heads. But I mean, I couldn't even think of a name off the top of my head. I'm really excited about the group. And the best thing about it is they're super eager to learn. I think in a sense, they kind of felt like they let the team down just a little bit last year, just with, the situations that they were put in. They thought they could, have upheld their end a little bit longer for the team. And so these guys are just so eager to learn. And I think another kicker is that Coach and I played these guys, last year at Syracuse, and they saw the offense and the dynamic that they did on, one of the best defenses in college football. So I think just that eagerness and then the proof that's out there, every guy's really eager to just get going with this thing and just, take each day and try to stack them.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask a different kind of question about Coach Tujay, because I know he was involved in your recruitment.
Yeah.
And he's going to play a big role in that while he's here too. It's kind of, what did he do to impress you on the recruiting trail, and why do you think he's a good addition to the staff in that way here?
Shoot, that's it. I mean, I know Coach Tujay is a great recruiter. I think he always has been. If I can go back to, 5-6 years ago, I don't know what really impressed me, what stood out. It's just his consistency. I think the consistency in recruiting, when someone's showing up to, your high school, or just, always continuously talking to you and just reminding you, how much they want you. And that goes on everywhere, obviously. But I think his passion and energy, what he brings, and his knowledge of the place he's at, really helps, I think, when you're recruiting. It shows you that, as a player, that they care, they understand what's going on there. And then the knowledge that they can, tell you about the place that you're being recruited to is a huge deal. And I think he, I know when he got here, he was just trying to learn the place, understand what the culture is, understand everything that this place, is about. And I think that's another plus. And just who he is, you just look at Coach Tujay, I think, is another big thing. Just his presence is a huge deal.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
Chip,
Yeah, Brandon, just a quick question about last year. I know you were obviously tied up with what you were doing at Virginia, but at some point, did you kind of say, oh man, NC State's on their fourth quarterback this season? How crazy was that? And to think that now a couple of them are going to be your teammates, that's even crazier a little bit.
Did it cross my mind? Not really, because trying to figure out how can we be better on offense at Virginia. Didn't really. When I got into the transfer portal, I got to, sit down and watch some bowl games, and got to watch watch NC State. I watched a bunch of them, but I didn't think much of it. I know what killed, NC State last year was just injuries. I mean, that was the big thing. It was a bunch of injuries, whether it was in spring ball, fall camp, throughout the season. That does hurt a team. So I think, Coach Dorn and them are just going to make sure, we get the work we need, but we got to come out of these spring ball and fall camp healthy, because, these 12 games are going to count, obviously, with the new conference, not having two divisions. So we're going to need all 12.
Just follow up quickly on what David said a minute ago. I think we were all thinking about you guys at Virginia doing that tragedy. You had a lot of support from a lot of people.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I know there was a bunch of cool things, everyone was trying to do to show support. I appreciate that. Thank you.
David.
Yeah, Brennan, just, you've been here about a month or so. I mean, has it been really hectic just on the personal side, trying to figure out where you're going to live and where everything is and all that? And then, spring football happening so quick, or has it been an easier transition than maybe you're expecting?
I guess the first 2 weeks were pretty hectic. I got into my apartment finally. So that once I got settled in, it was pretty, smooth from there. Then it was just about, the team at that point. Obviously when I was done with workouts, I'm trying to get off and, figure out, okay, what do I got to do today to get myself, settled in? And that's kind of how the first 2 weeks were. but now I'm fully settled in. It's not a hard train. And I'm used to living away from home. So the homesickness isn't a thing. It's not like you're just coming in a brand new place like that. Yeah, my sole focus now is just the team and the guys and just getting to know them even more.
Ethan, you want to finish this up?
Sure. Brennan, I was just going to ask, kind of going off of David's question, what's your favorite part about Raleigh so far?
Well, if I'm going to be completely honest, guys, don't really do much besides football, school, and hanging out with the guys. I really don't do much. That's what my job. I came here to do. Obviously play some football, and that I don't really throw curveballs with it too much. So yeah, I just came here to play football and just be a part of this team and try to make something happen this season. So I guess I don't do too much outside of that besides just hanging with the guys. But I would say this, it's a pretty cool place with all the cities around it. You always heard it, you got Duke, Chapel Hill, UNC, all them guys. I know everyone hates those guys, but yeah, it's a pretty cool place. I'm not gonna lie. I've always enjoyed North Carolina. I think, we used to come down here for a lot of baseball tournaments when I was younger. So I've been to North Carolina quite a few times. Raleigh have not. This is my first time. So I'm just looking forward to, getting to know the place. Honestly, just getting to know the people that support the Pack. So that's the main thing.
Chip, did you have one last one?
Yeah, I was going to ask Brennan, you do realize they played a hockey game in the football stadium the other night?
Yes, I do. I went to 2 hockey games. I'm going to the basketball game this weekend. So yeah, I've definitely been to some sporting events already. It's pretty electric. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Brennan, the banker actually showed